guys, Sandra here from Createinspain with another Shortcuts a Lot bite. So today I'm doing layers. I have several objects on my mat here, as you can see, and the layers tab is this one here. Looks like a stack of paper on the right hand side. As you can see, each little object here that I've put on my screen has come up in a separate layer. This happens when you draw something on the workspace, or when you pick an item from the library, as I've done here. The library's up here, it's got different shapes, different various subjects, tags and things like that. And if you click on something, it then appears in your workspace and it appears on another layer. This bottom layer, and this is the top layer. And that is how they are placed on the screen. So let's give this a color. And oops. Okay, it's gone white. I don't really want white, do I? Okay, I'll give it this color. Peachy color. There we go. So you can see the top layer will obscure anything which is underneath it. So pretty standard. Layers are a standard of the design industry and are in pretty much every design program that there is that's worth having. What can you do with layers? You can, by clicking on the eyeball, hide various layers. Can't do anything with it. Nothing's going to happen to it. That's it. You're just pretending it's not there. You can use your layers to manually drag something into a different position. So now you can see this little clover. If I put it down a layer, it hides behind the rabbit. So you can use this as a way of moving things up and down in the cut order. On here you have a couple of different things that you can do from just this tab. So you can arrange and show and hide and lock and unlock from there. The other one which you might want to keep an eye on is remove empty layers. If you end up with a whole rack of layers down here and you think, I haven't got that much on my work surface there. If you click on the remove empty layers, it will get rid of anything that for some reason just hasn't been moved out of a layer of its own. Maybe you deleted something and the layer is still there. So the lock function can be accessed via that menu there, and it can also be accessed via clicking on the dot and you get the padlock symbol. Now while I'm here, let me show you, you can detach these menus from the edge. If you click on this here, it will put it somewhere else and then you can drag it around the screen as you wish. You want it back in the right panel, just click on that. If I were to draw a rectangle, and maybe I want to put a dashed line in it to fold it in half. If you were to do that normally, you probably wouldn't see, or you might not see the dashed lines. Now as it happens, if you go to basic shapes, there are lines in here. There's a horizontal line, there's a vertical line. So you can pick a vertical line up. Obviously you can make it longer or shorter. And then you can go into this color palette here where you've got the line style. So you can make it into a dashed line instead. But sometimes if you do this and you're moving it around, it'll go behind the object that you were sort of trying to put it on. If you've got lots of different things that you made at different stages. And so sometimes you will need to be able to grab that and you will need to move it to the very top or elsewhere on here just to go over the shape that you have selected. You can also group things. If you go right click and you go group, you are grouping a layer. It shows up then as a group here. You click on the arrow and you can see exactly what is inside that group. If you click off of it and you move it, it moves the whole group now. Okay. You need to right click and ungroup it or ungroup it in the layer panel in order to be able to move them separately. So yeah, layers, very basic function, easy to use and well worth getting to know.